Hello. I'm not sure if anyone's here. I see two people. Say hello. I will wait, obviously, for a few more to join before I actually start crafting, but thank you if you've joined. Hello. Is it... I'm not sure how you pronounce your name, but I know I've been chatting with you today. Is it Hina? Hina? I'll probably absolutely ruining your name, so I do apologise. Glad you could join. So I had a few technical difficulties just before this. The the tripod thing that I have for my iPhone, the little pin fell out of it, so I just had to bash it back in. Otherwise there would have been no video tonight because there would have been nothing to hold my phone. Hi Mary. First time I said it was perfect. I can't even remember how I said it the first time. Hi Tony. Hope everyone's keeping well. Hope you've all had a nice day. I know here in the UK the weather was pretty nice today. Typical because we can't really go out. But it's nice to see the sunshine. And it definitely wasn't as cold as what it was the other day. I'm just going to move that out of the way. So, hi Patricia. You're doing well in the US. That's really good. I've moved my camera a little bit compared to what I had it the other night, and now I can hardly see the screen, so I'm having to kind of duck up and down to over and under my phone to see what you're all chatting about. Need to venture out for a short walk. Yeah, I know it's awful being stuck inside. Luckily I've got a garden, so you know, pottering around the garden and doing stuff in the house, actually keeping my steps up a little bit. So like I said, I will wait for a few more to join. I've got a nice cup of tea, nice hot cup of tea. Right, so as you know, I've stuffed all the front pocket of this, and I decorated this part, and obviously the back part. If you've watched part 1 and part 2, and then part 2 was the journal, putting the journal together, and I put the pockets in. There's 6 pockets in total. Like I've said before, I normally just put blank journals inside these ones, so I'm just going to do obviously a little embellishment in this with some tags and stuff. This actually shouldn't take this long, well, take too long to do this bit. And I'm going to do a very simple cover. I've just got this and then a word, because I don't want anything all too much, in case it all kind of catches when you're putting it in and out the bag. So already stitched around there onto some coffee paper. Good evening, Lou, sorry. Glad you could join. So yeah, so I've just done that already. I have obviously pre-cut my tags. I'm not going to use all of them in here, but I've pre-cut them. They're just coffee dyed paper. I've cut them to the size that I normally use, big ones and this size one. So I've cut them ready. All the other printable things that I printed out, I've backed onto cardstock. I'll probably have to corner around some of them. Let me move this out the way now. Got a stack of projects on the go, which is quite fun. So yes, I've done that, and I've got the tickets from the kit, some tags from the kit, some more tags there, and the kit that I'm using, if you've obviously been following this, is ARTYmaze, and it's butterflies in blue, and haven't cut them out yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to use them, that's why I didn't spend a lot of time cutting everything out. Just got to manipulate that a little bit because it's all been backed onto cardstock. Then we've just got some little booklets that come with the kit. I might do 2 of them and just fill them with some paper, make them into notebooks. Plan on using that maybe. That's going to be my title. Don't think I'll use that. May not. I've got some envelopes here. I've already folded the paper to size and then corner rounded them as well. So we have that envelope and this envelope and the paper to go on that. This journal is going to be quite chunky really to put in that altered paper bag. And then this little envelope here, which I think I'll probably, no, I thought I'd glued the journal card into that. Right, so I'm just going to set some of this to one side. I think I'm going to work on the blank tags and just do some stamping first. So that's all the stuff that may or may not go into that. But I just wanted to have plenty of stuff. Hi Elizabeth. Love chunky monkey journals. Yeah, I like chunky monkey ones. But because it's going into the paper bag at the back, and I've got so much stuffed in here as well at the moment, I don't want it too chunky, otherwise it's not going to sit properly, it's not going to look nice, presentation isn't going to be great. So I set the journal to one side. I'm just going to bring the tags over. This will just be stamping and shaping the tops of the tags and punching holes. I'm just going to get some, hi Nita, just going to get some stamps out. So I'm going to use that. That's the Tiffany & Co one, and it's all covered in ink on here because when I put it in the drawer, which is just underneath me, all the other stamps, because I don't clean them because I'm a messy pup, it's kind of gone over all the wording. But that's the Tiffany & Co stamps. I'm just going to set that up. Just a note. Little moments, big memories. That one's pretty clean actually. And then we have make each day a story worth telling, and we have and the story begins. Love this one. And I've got another one, there it is. This book belongs to. Now apart from that one which I bought, every one of them have been gifted to me because I think that they're all from the US and I couldn't get hold of them, so I was lucky enough to get them. I know this one here is from the, is it San Francisco Stamp Company, and you can buy that mounted or not mounted. As you can see, it's really filthy. Ugh, messy pup. Right, I think I might use black. I should have got my inks out. Ugh. I might use black on this. I'm gonna have to see how many of these I'm going to need. Probably 6. I'll probably do 6 of them because they'll all fit in perfectly into these. So I'm just gonna, I've got 3 already shaped at the top from something else that I was doing, so I need 3 more of them, and I can put the others away, and I'll just use one here as my template to cut the others. And one of them doesn't seem right. Or is it just the way I'm, yeah, it's just the way I'm. Right, so I'm just going to snip the corners off and I'll just eyeball that. That'll do me nicely. So that's all 6 of them done. And so I'm just going to catch up. Hi Jan. Excuse me. I've got 4 of these ready to play with, so I'm just going to snip. One I already trimmed. Oops, need to level that out a little bit better. They're not perfect, but it's handmade. Handmade is not perfect. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a frog in my throat. There we go. And I'm going to look for a butterfly stamp, which is that, because I'll do that on the big ones there. And stop start with these. So I'm just using black Memento ink, Tuxedo Black. It is a lovely kit. Yeah, I really love this kit. Don't know how perfect these are going to be because I can't really put my head over to see. And I've just lost my pillow from behind my back. I've got a bit of a backache the last few days. It's probably sitting for so long crafting. Yeah, I hope everyone is staying well. Hope you are all staying indoors, or if you have to go out, you're keeping safe if you have to go out. They're coming down. I think they're going to come down a little bit more tougher in us and in the UK in the next week or two, because people are not complying. I'm amazing. Thank you. That I didn't cut that one very well. There we go. That's a bit better. So I know this is a bit boring just watching stamping, but because it's live, this is the process, and hoping that's going to be straight. Staying at home, haven't been out for 2 weeks, lots of crafting. Yes, why not? Well, I've literally, when I got back from my week in Scotland, I have not left the house since, well, I got back in about 6:30 last Monday night, and I haven't left the house since then. I've been in the garden, but I haven't been anywhere else. Tennessee has not been strict enough either. People are doing as they wish. Oh, I don't get how people are not like sticking to the rules. This is, you know, we're fighting the unknown at the moment, so you know, it's like do as you're told. Today here in St Albans, there was some pictures on one of the local groups. I couldn't find it then. I'm going to use 2 of these. I'm going to use that one and that one. There was someone had taken photographs of a house just like a few doors down from them, and it was a children's birthday party going on, and people were turning up with their kids. There was balloons outside the house. They took quite a lot of different photographs with different parents turning up with children, and someone actually reported them to the police because they are asking us to report this because it's, you know, it's ridiculous. And I thought, that's terrible. They've got no respect for their children, and obviously no respect for anyone else. Taking kids to a birthday party when this is going on. I've lost my stamp block. Where has it gone? Oh, there it is. Put it somewhere that I wouldn't normally put it. Yeah, imagine doing that. Imagine taking kids to a birthday party when all this is going on. It's like crazy. To me, that's a form of neglect, in my opinion. But anyway, enough of that. Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. Yeah, oops, that obviously needs a wipe because it's not sticking. This is disgustingly dirty. It's just grubby from ink and glue, and excuse the noise, that's the noise on that. There we go. Hopefully that will stick now. See, these things happen because I don't clean nothing. Messy pup. So I'll do 2 of the big butterflies. Yeah, I just actually seen that just before I started this video about the 13-year-old boy. So sad, heartbreaking, very scary. The thing is, I'm on a group because I've got 2 Facebooks. I've got my personal one from my family and friends back in Scotland and things like that. And then I've got this one, well, not this one because this isn't Facebook, but I've got the one that you guys know me on if you follow me on that Facebook. And I'm on a group on there, and there is actually some health officials on there, medical professional people. And something was said the other day, and I do take it lightly with some things, that even though some people have sadly passed away with no underlying health issues, it's because a lot of people don't know they've got underlying health issues. You know, you've only got to look at footballers and things like that who have sadly, you know, dropped down dead with heart attacks, and they get medicals all the time. So, but like I said, I don't believe everything I read. Oh, hi Andrea. Oh, I've just really wobbled the camera there. Well, you're not as late as last night. You turned up when we were all leaving. Right, so if you're just joining, I'm just doing some stamping on some tags that I'm going to use in this journal. And like I've said, the journal is not going to be heavily embellished. It's just going to have the pockets that I put in it, the last in part 2, and then a few tags and some embellishments from the kit. If you want the link to the kit, Andrea's here now. She can put the link on tonight because she wasn't keeping up last night. As you can put the link up, because I haven't got it up here actually at the moment. I did do it on what night was it? I don't even know what day it is now. What day is it? It's Tuesday, isn't it? Hi Elizabeth. Oh, what was it? My family doctor died otherwise in Florida. Oh, I thought that was somebody saying you're from Florida. That's scary. Scary, scary. This is why we should all do it as we are told. I kind of feel sorry for, well, I feel sorry for everyone that's got to work, especially the medical profession. Oh, I'm not finished. What am I doing? Especially the medical profession, you know, because, you know, we all need them, and they have got no choice but to work, and they're dedicated, which is fabulous. But there's people that have to work in other industries, you know, the supermarkets, the pharmacies, the distribution centres that have to keep the cogs of the world going. And you know, they're out there, the shop assistants. I was thinking about that today, and I thought, you know, they're still working 8 and 10 hour shifts, and they're putting themselves at risk, and they've got families. I was on a go slow. We'll get it now. Yeah, see, I had to do that last night because you weren't here. Yeah, I had to go fight. No, I did actually pre-plan that last night, but I forgot tonight because I had a technical issue with my tripod. The little pin had come out and it wasn't holding my phone, so I had to find something to bash it in with. So I used my pliers. Good evening, Maria. Hi, Carol. Oh, I know you're all jumping on not slowly, but you're all getting there. Thank you for joining. Right. So I might do a little bit of stenciling on them. They're a bit too plain. I don't know if any of you saw the 2 little videos that I done last night as well. What was that I done? The envelopes. I don't even know what I've done with any of that now because I cleared up. The envelopes using embossing folders and bubble wrap to get a design with. That was fun. And also, if you've got some really nice embossed wallpaper, you could use that as well to get some background designs. Just anything with a raised surface, like a raised design, I should say, we'll get you something nice. Hi Sandy. Just going to punch all these at the one time. I twisted my wrist then when I done that. Again, I'm just eyeballing this. If you want to, you can mark things out and do it precisely. Right, what am I going to put in that? I might just put some string in that. I've got tons of it, so I might as well use it. Saying that, I should have just put something else. I'm not going to put string on all of them. So I'm just going to cut 6 lengths of string here for the little tags. So what has everyone else been crafting? What have you been making? How many is that? That's 5. Are you making journals? Are you making other projects? I'll have to use that now. Or some eyelash trim. So I've got 4 pieces of that. I've nearly run out of eyelash trim now. I'll have to order some more. Probably wait double the time for it to arrive. Cleaning and organising. I'm kind of liking that I've got a few projects on the go. So like obviously this, and I think this will be the last part of this project tonight. And I'm going to work with a file folder to do a trifold, a trifold journal with pockets and doobie my flips in it. I've been doing some colouring. I'm considering getting some oil paints. That would be fun. Some paints, not oil paints. I don't know where I got oil from. Just got this kit. I fussy cut it out, all the elements. Good. You'll have fun with this kit. I have. I think I've used it lots since it came out. It's funny, I do get addicted to kits at the time, you know, when they come out. I'll kind of use them for quite a while till everybody probably gets fed up watching this the same kit getting used. But you know, you can always mix and match your kits as well. Now I don't know if I've done the video. I'm sure I did last night on the journal that I made using the Collage 3 kit. Again, that's from ARTYmaze, and that goes so well with this kit as well. I like the collage kits because they're very kind of universal. You can do quite a lot with them. I was actually thinking, you can tell me if this is a good idea, I was thinking of making a journal, maybe a little, like a hard backed journal. So I've just finished these simples, and now on every page make a pocket or an insert or something like that, and maybe add a little piece of something that I like, as in like maybe an image that I like and all that kind of stuff, to make, like, you know, like a little project book. I knew I'd just cut one of them. So yeah, so I've got to do these in order when I do it. Like, name of the kit, please. What this kit here is called Butterflies in Blue, and the other kit that I was just talking about was Collage 3 kit. You've been playing with your new sewing machine, haven't you? That sounds like fun, that does. So I'm just going to put tags in. Oh, and I had some good news today as well. Some of you may know as well that I'm going to be a grandmother again, as I actually prefer to be called nanny, or nan. But my cousin, Debbie, her name is, she had I knew she was pregnant, but she had a scan today and she found out that she's having a little boy. So really, that was some good news for us. So she's having a little boy. My son and his partner are having a little girl, so that will be them having 2 kids. So yeah, it's just a shame because they can't go out shopping and looking at all the baby stuff. Right, I'll put that one in there. You started an altered file folder today with the freebies kit. Oh, yes, that's a lovely kit. I downloaded that last night. Oh, well, since you're doing that, I'm not going to do using that kit then, because I was actually thinking of doing the file folder and using that kit. I might do another. I might do a Jane Austen actually. I like Jane Austen. Right, so let's me put them tags in. Right, and I'll do the cover last. Just need a little sip of tea. If you're wondering what the noise is, it's because it's in one of these cups. It just makes a funny little noise, it does. Right, corner punchy thing. So I'm just going to corner around all these. I don't need to corner around them, but I do need to punch holes in them. I do need to do that one. Doing it on this smaller one now. Whoops, that's not the smaller one. Right, that's that done. Got to do some more inking. So that's a couple of things that can go in there. The envelopes, the paper is ready to go in there. That's just an A4 sheet of coffee dyed paper. Fold it in half, fold it again, and cut it to the size. Corner punch it, pop it in there. Could stamp on that actually. I shall, just a little stamp. Put that on there. And then do it with the other one whilst the ink's out. No, I don't always print on cardstock. In fact, I rarely use it nowadays, cardstock, because I've got a laser printer now. I've mentioned that about a million times. And because obviously I get really good quality prints even on copy paper, I just back things, because the cardstock that I would want to put it on will definitely not go through my laser printer, and there's no way that I'm gonna risk it to possibly break my machine. So How am I going to do that? I'm just going to pop that in there. Need some paper clips. You just put a crocodile, but it doesn't round corners. No, this is that's the crocodile. That's the chompy thing. What's it called? Oh, it is called a crocodile corner chomper. This is called a, just says we are memory keepers on that. That's the hole punch one, and that's the corner chomper. So I'm just gonna paper clip that in there, and then the other one is here. Yours is going to be a stuffed. Is that a stuffed file folder? That's what I mean. Yes, a stuffed file folder. I'm nearly run out of paper clips as well, and obviously I get them from either the Range or Wilkinson's, but I'm definitely not going out. I've got much bigger paper clips. I'll just have to use them. Simples. Right, I'm going to put that one in there. Sorry, I'm a bit off frame there. That one in here. And where's them tags? Need to do my tags now. So I'm going to punch holes in them and then just thread something around them. So just trying to punch on the weight part. Yeah, well, actually, on one of the local groups that I'm on, the Range in Stevenage was open today, and apparently people are furious. It should be shut. It's not an essential shop. Little thing won't come out. You know, it was said that it was like just essential shops. I mean, everybody's working from home. I know a lot of people that work in all sorts of different industries where they deal with the members of the public, and they're all at home now. They're not working. So I think these shops like the Range and things like that, they don't need to be opened. So therefore they are putting their staff at at risk unnecessarily. That's just my opinion. My son went back to work last night. Well, yeah, last night. And he does double shifts. He does morning shift and an evening shift. So it's full time, but his shifts are split. He took last week off because I think it was just because he was really worried. And I don't blame him, because I think if I was out working, I would have thought, nah, I'm not risking it. So he took it off as holiday. His boss wasn't happy, but he went back last night, and he said they're fully staffed, they're keeping distance, they've got protective clothing, like PPE stuff, so he's fine. Yeah, but here, husband's in the room now. Alan, not all Ranges have the food warehouse in it. The one in Stevenage doesn't. The one in St Albans does, but I was talking about the one in Stevenage. Don't make me come in that house, boy. I'm only kidding. Yeah, no, it was the one in Stevenage. It was on one of St Albans groups today, Alan. And that doesn't have a food warehouse. I can understand the one in St Albans where it does have the food warehouse in it. Yeah, I don't even live in America, and I know about Hobby Lobby closing. I've seen that on Facebook. Oh, I don't think it's closing permanently. It's just closing down because of what's going on. Right. I think it's just for staff safety. And it's not classed as an essential shop, I would imagine. Yeah, Andrea, Alan's been doing our shop lesson because he is the only one that drives. But he's also getting his parents' food as well because they are, they're both over 70 and his dad has got underlying health issues. So they can't go out at all anyway until these tests come through and we all get tested for this antigen thing. So when he went out yesterday, my middle son that still stays at home, Kane, he went with them, and Kane got our shop and Alan got his mum and dad's shop, and they went to Aldi in Hatfield. St Graham's, that Alan's telling you. By the way, Andrea, Alan is in the room. He is Barmy292 in the chat, just in case you wondered why some random person's telling you to send Graham to the shops. No, I've lost what I was saying. Yeah, Alan got his mum and dad's stuff and Kane got our food, and when they got there, it was just after 8 a.m. and there was nobody waiting to get in. There was hardly anyone in the shop, and they just went in, done the shop. When they got to the till, you got to keep that 2 meters distance, and Kane said they only had one person in front of him, which was rather handy. I'm not random. Alan, Lou's just said hi. She's above you now. See, some of us know each other. Like, I know Lou and her husband's name's Graham, and I know ARTYmaze, who's Andrea, and her husband's name's Graham too. Yeah, so I'm going to put some paper in this. Just having a little private chat here. Whoops. Here we go. I know. Oh, you know who he knows. You know who Lou is, do you? Good. Okay, so I'm just going to fold that. I'm going to do another one. This is well crinkled. I love the crinkly noise of paper. Not often do you have women above you, Al. Keep it clean, please. I would say there could be kids, but I've set this so that there's no one over the under the age of 18 can watch. Right, so I'm just going to fill... Whoops, I keep wobbling that camera. I do apologise. Where's that gone now? There. There's 4 of these little double journal cards. You can split them and make individual ones. So I'm going to use 2 of them for little booklets and two of them just to be on their own. There we go. So I'm just going to easy peasy do this. Folded that. You see me fold that in half and then in quarter. Just pop it in there. Squish it down. And then, I don't know if I'm in frame here, but I'm just guessing this. I'm trying to get it in the middle. And I normally just put 3. If you don't have a long reach, you can use your little one. And if you use a little spongy pad thing like that, I'll show you with a little one. Just open it out like that. Which, you see, this will be a disaster now. Put that one in there like that. This is just if you don't have a long reach. This doesn't work. Oh, it has, but it kind of went off center there. Right, and when you pull it out, if you can pull it out, go right in with that. Hi, Mr. Random. Oh, that one I've messed this up. No, I haven't. Right, and then you'll just need something like a bond folder. There it is. Hidden behind everything. Didn't think I would need it. And just push the staples down. Or just use your fingers like what I'm going to do. There we go. Actually, it's a little bit tricky. But then if you don't have a long reach, you know, you just have to work a little bit harder. I wish I hadn't bothered now, but I was just trying to show you an alternate. That just won't stay still, that. Graham likes shopping. Well, Alan likes shopping. He hasn't got much choice really, because he's always doing the shopping. Even, actually, he does the shopping most of the time anyway, because I spend too much money on stuff we don't need. If I write a big list, then if I write a big list, Alan will get exactly what's on the list. I'll get exactly what's on the list and about 50 other things as well. And then complain that I've got to spend too much money. Right, back to crafting. I'm not happy with that, so I'm going to do another one. But you can do that. I think it was because I wobbled this when... yeah, I have messed that up a little bit. Or have I? Maybe I just need to push it down a little bit more. That's what I get for being a smarty pants. Right, since Lou and Alan and Andrea are having a private conversation on here, does anyone else want to ask me something else? They're talking about shopping. Right, that's fine. That is fine. And then I just need to move that. Just going to use my ruler. And my craft knife. Which probably needed sorting out before I done that. Like take the end blades off. I need to do that actually. You've got an urge to paint fabric. Why? Because you've got tons of it and you've got lots of paints, so you might as well use it. I done a journal a couple of years ago now, and it wasn't like doing anything fancy with the fabric. It was just I gessoed it, and it was just the cheap gesso that I'd got out of the work. I gessoed the fabric because it was really dark fabric, and then I painted it like a sage green, I think, and it came out lovely, which was really good for journal covers if you're doing the hardback ones. Right, no night owl. He's not gone to bed actually. He's watching Star Wars, the new one. Or he was before I came into the shed. Right, so that's 2 little booklets, which I will put in there. I can see this journal being way too chunky for this paper bag. I'll put that in there, or I'll put it in behind. I'll put it in behind there. And I'll put that in there as well, behind that. I like to try and balance the colours out a little bit. And then on here, in there, and this one can go in there. See, there's still loads of stuff. I'm going to just try this in the paper bag. Yeah, right, the best thing to do is take all that out and put it in. There we go, yep. And I'm not finished with it yet, but that's cool. That is actually going to be really chunky. Definitely going to have to put a closure on that to keep it closed, because I don't normally put closures on them either. What else have I got? Got this little envelope. Again, it's from the kit that I will put in here. And I need something else to go in there, which will be that. This is a freebie on ARTYmaze's it's a freebie on ARTYmaze's Facebook group. Right, I do have to call that done really, because it's not going to go in there, like actually filling that. So basically all I've got to do is put that on there. I've got my little word, which I'm going to put some fabric behind there, so I'm just going to glue that. I thought this would actually take longer. Night, Tony. So nobody actually said, or if I might have missed it, about the folio. I know Andrea mentioned it. Not a folio. If I use a file folder to make a tri-fold with a journal, with pockets and notebooks and things like that, I might actually do a folio type thing. I'm not sure, but just do something different, because I have seen quite a few people use the file folders to do the whatchamacallit, the folios, the file folders to do the folios. Yeah, I'm just gluing that on there. Thank you. Oh, I think I will do that. Yeah. Oh, not and I think I'll do it in the Jane Austen theme. So I'm just looking for a little bit of fabric now. Oh, here we go. I have to pull everything out just to find a little piece of fabric. Where is it? Oh dear. There we go. Got a little bit there. It's all wrinkled up. Yeah, good idea, Andrea. Definitely. Right, this is just a bit of linen. Oh, actually, it's not what I thought it was. It's actually it's a hanky. I'm not using that. I had a big piece of fabric that I was cutting bits off. There we go. I wonder if that will do, if that will fit on there. That's too white. Definitely too white to go on there. So I will find something else. There we go. Perfect. Could do with an iron though. Bin time. What's bin time? That's to Susan. Bin time. So I'm just going to use this. Oh, I did my fabric glue, but it's not upside down, and it will take ages because there's only a little bit left on it. In it, I should say. Well, the file folders I got have all been gifted to me, but I do have a tutorial on my channel in the Let's Make playlist showing you how to make your own out of cardstock. And so does Tracy Fox, but she used like massive cardstock that I thought, well, not everybody's got that. So I'd done mine. In fact, I think I still got mine. I'll show you the one I made. I have to move everything out of the way now. there was the one I made out of cardstock. It's obviously got a join there, but you've got the file folder. I done it like that. So you've got that side, or you can fold it up and you got it that way. So, but if you've got the larger sheets of, I don't know what size that would be. Would that be like A3, I think? You could make it out of one, but if you don't, because not everybody's going to rush out and buy some A3 cardstock to make these, that is just simply 2 pieces of cardstock, I think. But I have got a tutorial, and it does state on there. It's like how to make a file folder. Right, I need my pinking shears. Since I think I'm going to be finished this real quick-ish, quicker than I thought, we'll just talk. We'll just talk afterwards. I'm not going to just go and leave you. I'm not good working with mermaids. I said that really like quickly, mermaids. I find there's certain things that my head just doesn't go around. Andrea would be perfect for something like that. So that's just going on there. So I'll put some cheesecloth behind that. Like at the seaside and mermaids and things, rubbish. Fairies, rubbish. I don't know why. I just can't seem to get my head around them. Strange. And I have actually got a project to work on, and I'm naughty. I do keep forgetting, and when I remember it, I think, right, I've got to get that sorted, and then it goes out my head again. I think I've had a lot going on this since Christmas really. So I need a bit there, but it's like a Edgar Allan Poe, and it's going to be a guest design team project for, oh crikey, I can't remember the name of the shop now. I am bad. Is it Pop Dots or something? Oh gosh, I am so bad. I don't know why she asked me to do it, because I can't even remember the name of her shop. But yeah, I'm going to do that, but I won't be doing that as like a craft with me or anything. That'll be more, I think that's going to be more like definitely going to be a masculine themed journal. Right, now I've got glue on there. I'm just going to pull away some of the threads. That's not even straight, it is now. It's bad when you can't put your head over. Let's put that to one side. I need to move some stuff out of the way. Right. How many pages are in this one? I don't know actually. One. I think there's 17 there, but some of them are just, that's 17 complete pages, but obviously there's paper bags and half pages and book pages and things in that one. Normally I will do, depending on how much I'm planning on putting in it, I will do a journal like this size, like a traveler's notebook size, anything from 60 pages front and back to, it can go right up to 90. Just depends. It just depends on how I'm feeling, basically. And what's with the kit as well. Sometimes it's like the big kits, like you know, and you got a lot with it, I'll probably do more pages. But if there's not a lot with it, I'll do less pages. I don't know why, but that's just how I do it. Right, I'm going to look for something to wrap around this. I'm not going to put a permanent... I thought I had some of this. Yes, I do. Oops. Right. Let me see. So I'll just wrap that around a couple of times. Whoops. Tie it in a terrible bow, because I'm terrible at bows. I've got a little bow maker which actually was gifted to me by Lou, who's on here now. She gifted that to me years ago, and I still mess up with that. Right, so methinks that's it. Methinks that's it done. We've whoops a diddly. So we've made the altered paper bag. It's very quick, it's very easy. It's gusseted so you can stuff the back with the big chunky journal. Decorated it here with some dainty trim, butterfly. There's cheesecloth and fabric behind here. This is a freebie from ARTYmaze, and it's on her website and also on her Facebook group. A little bit of bling. We've got 2 large tags that go in there. We have this pocket that I made. These a tag pocket, sorry. This and that was made from one of the pages that I just cut down. The pocket is from the kit, and obviously stitched all around there. Then there is 2 more tags that I've made just using some of the pages and cutting them down. And we have an envelope in there, so you've got 3 envelopes in total in this. And oh, 2 lots of paper, and I've done the bubble wrap stamping on there. That's fun, that is. I could do that all day. Play with bubble wrap. I used to love bubble wrap when I was a kid, and used to like pop all the bubbles. Who didn't like that? 2 tags that I made, coffee dyed, stenciled, stamped. Then we have these tags. They've got eyelets in them and eyelash trim. They're all from the kit. We have 2 of these little tags from the kit. Another little booklet there. You can do some journaling. And then you have these 2 journal cards from the kit. And I'm going to do that way. I'll do it that way. I'm just going to do a complete flip through of this really quickly. So you saw me make the cover for this if you've watched part 1 and part 2. Excuse me. Images from the kit's been sewn onto coffee dyed paper. The cardstock that I used has also been sewn onto coffee dyed paper. I'm going to stencil that actually. It just looks too plain. Too plain. Oh, I should have got the bubble wrap out. Done some bubble wrap stamping. Just some faint stamping, nothing too much. I'll just turn that around that way. Doesn't really matter if the design is going the wrong way around. And I will wash this at some point. Keep saying I'm going to wash it. It's saying it all week. Oops, and I've just moved the camera. Alright, so some added stenciling on the inside. And the pages are from ARTYmaze. There are butterflies in blue. We have a Rita Donnelly flip up, which I've done some more bubble wrap stamping on there. You've seen the tags and everything that I've made tonight. The embellishments from the kit as well. Plenty of places to journal. Paper bags. dictionary page, book page. This is from the old design shop, and pocket from the kit, and that all just goes in there. We have the envelope with the paper inside, and that's just paper clipped on. And like I've said, I would not normally put this much stuff in one of these to go in that, but I did tonight. I made an exception. That's just a little double fold out journaling card, and I'll get in. It doesn't want to go in. There we go. Ta-da. Another paper bag, some more book pages, the old design shop. Centre of the signature is one of the pages from the kit, which I absolutely love. I've printed, I think I printed 10 sheets of these and doubled it to make myself a little notebook, and I haven't done it yet. Another envelope with the paper inside. This is your double pocket on some stenciling. That is actually a little tuck down there as well. This all opens out. You've probably seen me do that a million times. And 2 tags. Little paper clip holding that closed, otherwise it would ping open. Paper's crinkled there. Another pocket with a little envelope, tag, and another tag. Right, you can fire away with some questions, because I'm going to sit here, give you some more time of, gosh, it was actually an hour. So, more tags in there, a little booklet that you see me make, and a little journaling card in there, and another Rita Donnelly flip. So that's that. And let's see if we can get that inside that bag, and it closing nicely and, you know, well presented. Right, what are you gonna make? What? Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up. Oh, that's okay, you're welcome. Thank you for the not really tutorials as such, they're just craft with me. You know, a lot of this isn't my ideas, but I use them, I incorporate them into the things that I make. There we go, that does actually, whoa, that is a chunky. This is really chunky. It's easier actually to take that out, put that in, like so. It's going to pop out the top a little bit. There we go, like that. I wouldn't normally put this much in the front of these either, but I got carried away. So something about mini albums, I just saw that a minute ago. Oh, what got me into making journals? Well, I'd actually started making mini albums. Before mini albums, I was making tags and cards. It was just, you know, just all for fun and just a little bit of something to do when I'd finished work, because my husband used to work nights and I was pretty much on my own. My kids were like young teenagers and they were never in. So I started making tags and cards and jewellery, and I still got lots of jewellery making stuff. And then one day I think I come across, it was Follow the Paper Trail, who is Laura Dennison, and I see her mini album and I thought, oh, well, one of her mini albums, and I thought that was absolutely amazing. I would love to make something like that. So I started dabbling around, and obviously, you know, the first couple were just absolutely disasters, and I just gradually got better and better at making the mini albums. And I used to run a group with Lou called UK and Ireland Craft, was it Craft Swaps? We ran that for quite a few years, and the swaps on there were always mini albums. I was always doing the mini album swaps. And I did love watching, obviously, tons of other people make yeah, follow the paper trail. You know, make journals. And then I came across loads of other people that made journals. Then when I went from journals, mini albums, sorry, to journals, was the first video that I ever saw was by Tangi Baxter, and she had used a what do you call one of them books the kids in America use? We don't call them the same over here. Composition book. So she had made a journal out of a composition book, and it was like a proper junk journal. And we could get them here in the UK, the composition books, but they were so expensive, because I was hearing that you could get like, you know, one for $1, or, you know, sometimes you could get them for as little as 50 cents in America. Over here, they wanted like £8 and £9, which is probably about $12 to you guys. And I was like, oh, definitely not. So I made my own. and that's what made me, that was probably about 6 years ago now, when I made that composition junk journal thing. And that's when I started the Junk Journal Junkies group. And never in my wildest dreams did I think that group was going to grow to, it's sitting right now at over 20,000 members. Never thought that it would go as mad as it did. But yeah, that was what got me into journals. It was just and I've never looked back since. I don't really make anything that I used to years ago. I haven't made a mini album in years. I keep actually saying that. About 3-4 years ago I made a mini album, but the mini albums was really what got me into. I like the whole idea of a book and the idea that what it gets used for, because I use my journals completely differently to what I make. I do have a few flip throughs of some of the journals that I have, my own personal ones, and they are proper, just, they're more like scrapbooks, but they're journals. They're just all over the place. There's no rules with them. I just put in what I want to. I'm not a big writer, so I don't write a lot. I keep things, like a picture will tell me a story. It will remind me of why I put it in there, where we were. Sometimes I'll just put little things down, like maybe where we were and the dates, the month and the dates. I'm actually looking for one of my journals now. Let's see if I can find it. I don't know if I've actually shared this one, so coming away from that right now. This beautiful cover, the Outlander one, was made for me by Laurie W, who again was another person that inspired me with when making journals. Because even though I obviously said Tangi Baxter was the first person that I'd seen, then I went on to finding loads of people. That's how I come across Laurie, who's Laurie W, Laurie, just a girl from the Bay. There was all the names are going out of my head now, but there was so many people that inspired me to make journals. So Laurie made this for me, and it's lovely. The fabric is all like quilted, and I've got, I think it's only 2 traveller's notebooks in here, and I've got stuff that I still need to add, because I've got loads of journals on the go. There's obviously notes and cards and everything. I've got trays and trays of stuff that I keep, but you know, you can see I've started doing things in this, and I've just got little notes. This one, was it this one? No, some of these little bits, I'd bought something from Tracy Fox, and it was in the pack that came with it. So I've just got like photographs, and I've just added bits and bobs, and a little flip out there, and that was a wine label. I should have a whole book full of them. That's my grandson Oliver. There's just little notes and stuff that I tuck in. And me, Alfie. That's what I do. This is how I, you know, it's not all full, but it's just here, there and everywhere. Again, this was a Tracy Fox creation that she'd sent in, something that I'd bought, just memories of, we went to Cornwall the other year, just silly things. I've just made a pocket and added fabric and buttons, and you can journal on the back of that. I haven't done it yet, but it's been, notes in there again. Alfie's feet. I remember taking that and putting it on Instagram and thinking, well, I think it was my kids and my husband said to me, "You're weird taking pictures of his feet," but they were so cute, so why not? Because them feet are huge now. That was when I went away to he's kind of like my stepbrother, but he's not my real brother. But we've known each other for a long time. And he's got a place up in Skegness. He's on pub, bar, restaurant type place, and that was all the wine sitting out, and that was November 2017. So you can see that isn't really filled yet, but that's how big it is. I'll have to, like, this was when I made another book, and I've just another insert when I first got my shed, and all my family, my cousin with a massive bar of chocolate. That's the one that's having the baby boy I mentioned earlier. Just little things of, you know, memories. That's all it is. So, but I do have quite a few journals that I've got Alfie there in an envelope, little Tim Holtz people. But yeah, things, and this was gifted to me by the lovely Tina. And a card there. I remember when she made them. And yep, hummingbird tails, Tina Leity. And she wrote me a lovely letter, a lovely note inside there. So yeah, and I've got other big journals, but that's just a little peek at one. It's like I go to. I don't share a lot of these, and not because it's really that personal, but it's just because I've got pictures of the kids and things in it that I'm not really 100% sure whether mummies and daddies would want their kids all over YouTube, but tonight they are. They are. I'm sharing them with you guys. But yeah, I do have, I'm not sure if I've got it on a playlist or not, but I do have a few, flip throughs of journals that I just finished now. There's loads of them, and I have got literally so many journals to use because of swaps that I've done, the journals that I've made myself, but a majority of them are all swaps. They really are all swaps. And I probably have got in the region of about 70 journals, and I've only used about 5, so I really need to get my butt in gear and start using them. I'm just looking at one now that Lou Greenwood, she made me, and it's got I never really filled that journal up, but she was amazing how she done that journal, because at that particular time when she made it, she had put like months of that particular year, and there was little things going on in my life, and she'd put little personal things in there, like she knew I was going to be an grandparent for the first time, and she'd put little things in. It was just amazing how she done that. But yeah, there is some flip throughs of journals on my playlists somewhere, I think. I'm just gonna actually grab a couple, and I'm not going to flip through them all, but I'm just going to show you how chunky my journals get. Since you're on there, since you're all here, there's 2. Right, there's another one, but I have to be very careful because I know there's a lot of. Right, so I'm not going to get them all down because they're really big. This one was made. I do have to take some stuff out of this. And I've got some of them in the house as well, where I've started putting photographs and stuff in. This was made by Narissa Bailey. If you, she's on YouTube. She makes amazing journals, and she does lots of personal flip throughs. But you know, this, I love this. Just put all, again, it's just all my, everything in here is got a sentimental value to me. Just notes and photos and just the kids and just all sorts. And I haven't even filled all this up, but you know, again, notes and things. This tag was a swap that I done years and years ago on the UK and Ireland Craft Swaps group, and it was with my partner then was Katie Reed, and she joins in sometimes making journals, but she's now on the She now does a lot of jewellery making for, is it like, not Creating Craft, but that type of thing, TV channel. So she does all that. So yeah, there's all these cards, things that were sent to me. Alfie, that's a good one. Look at Alfie with his finger up his nose. Bless him. And there he is, covered in chocolate. So that's that one. This one here is, I love this big bead dangle. But again, this big one is just all memories from swaps and things that people sent me, papers that I liked at the time, swaps that I'd done. That tag was made by Leanne Langton, I think her name is. Again, she's still someone that I follow on Instagram, and just I keep everything. And like I said, I've still got so much. I made this card years ago. It was a Valentine's card for Alan, and it was one of them ones that set up. That was when I was into making cards. So you can see the kind of things I've made. As another Alice in Wonderland tag. Yeah, it's Leanne Langton, 2014. Wow, that was a long time ago. Just things of interest that I keep. That was years ago. Connor Halloween. He's now nearly 22. Embarrassing moments. Just little things that I'm just keeping. Letters. More note. Oh, I was looking for that. Oh, we weren't. It was another photograph similar. Just everything means something to me in here. It's not, you know, like I said, I don't do lots of writing. It's just these things tell me my story. Maybe other people probably think, what a load of rubbish, but it's not to me. Whoops, sorry, I really did just whack that camera. This one here. Hi, Safina. Haven't seen or heard from you for a while. Hope you're good. This is my pen pal one. Yeah, it's got lots of addresses on it when we've done mail art and all sorts of goody stuff. It's all, some of it stuck together because it was all mod podged and things. But this is all my pen pal stuff and art swaps with my pen pals, and I've got another pen pal book somewhere. Whoops. Oh, addresses. I don't mind. It's my address. Birthday cards. Pocket letter things that people have made me and sent me, and just everything. I'm just going to do that really quickly, but because I know there's addresses in there. It's all my addresses really, but just, you know, all the envelopes from things, all this lovely artwork that people have done. So, you know, like, if you're frightened of using a journal, just use it the way you want to use it. Don't think you've got to sit and write pages and pages every day. Just do it your own collective way. So that's me, just made a right mess, complete and utter mess in this place. I hope sharing the journals was, you've got a shelf full of my journals. I know you have. You're one of my favourite customers. Talking of customers, this will be listed in my shop. Yeah, getting there and missing. Oh. Safina is a lovely artist as well. Got some of her ATCs. I was actually planning on, for the UK ladies, doing a spring themed ATC, which I think it was going to end like this week, but I've cancelled it due to obviously what's going on. I think it's not necessary to put things like that into like the postal system right now, when obviously they're working damn hard right now. So I will leave it until things calm down a little bit, and we'll get more swaps up and running. I have put the challenge up on the Junk Journal Junkies chat group for make a little pack up of supplies, give it to your husbands, your partners, your kids, your gran if she's living with you, your granddad, whoever's living in your house, and give them a little project to do. It doesn't have to be a journal. You could get them making a tag or a card or just something fun to do, because I know everybody's bored, you know, everybody's bored, stuck in the house. So I've still got to sort mine out to give to Alan, which I might do that in a minute, actually sort out some stuff for him, see what he can make. He has made a little journal before and it was actually okay, not bad as it goes. So yeah, so well, this has gone from let's finish this journal into Sean journals and talking about all sorts of stuff. Just checking what you're all talking about. So what I'll do is, today's Tuesday, isn't it? Yeah. Thursday evening, probably be about 8:30 again, because my son finishes work about 8, 8:15, and obviously if I do a 2-hour video, I'm not going to see him until probably the next day. So when he gets home from work, I just like to say like hello and how was work and give him his dinner, that kind of stuff. I know he's a big boy, but he's another one out there risking himself at the moment. Whether I'd rather him not go to work, but he has to. So I'll be back on Thursday doing this file, using a file folder to create a trifold with the journal. And I might change my mind about what theme, but I'm thinking right now Jane Austen. That's what I'm thinking. Jane Austen. Graham wouldn't do it unless it's got a piece of wood in it. Yeah. Give him some wood shavings or something. Tell him to turn it into something. Tell him to be a good sport. Say, be a good sport, old boy. Yeah, I mean, your journals is, like I said, just in my opinion, I think your journals are your own personal keepsake, your own memories. So how you keep your journal is entirely up to you. You can tell, you can tell a story by writing it. You can also tell a story by photographs and tickets and memorabilia. That's also telling a story. Doesn't have to be pages and pages of writing. Yeah, I love Jane Austen as well. I also like butterflies. Jane Austen, a butterfly type girl. He's not a good sport. Tell him when I see him next year now. Oh yeah, a holiday. I was going to Cornwall and I was going to see Andrea this year in June, which obviously has been cancelled now. But we're just gonna book it again. It's obviously been cancelled. We're just gonna book it again for the same time next year. Hopefully it's all okay then. It better be. Yeah, see, drawing and artwork and drawings and stuff is another great way to keep a journal. I think being creative in any way, shape or form is really good for the soul. You've noticed a couple of butterflies. Yeah, I'd just like to add a few butterflies here and there. I don't know what it is, but I'm just addicted to them. Crazy, isn't it? Butterflies. I do like them. My aunt loves butterflies as well. She calls them was it butterflies? She's got things of butterflies all over her house. She's even got like ones that obviously they're not real, but kind of clipped onto her like her curtains. They kind of look that they've just flown on there. That's a good idea. Get Graham to do you a wooden keepsake box. He could make loads of them up actually, or ones. Here we go. We're finding Graham work to do. Making boxes either with leads or hinges that we could put journals in. You know, if he was going to make a nice hardback one, or got another good idea for him. Is, you know, when you've got a traveler's notebook and obviously it's not humongous, right? You could make them little, what do you call them things to get in the office? I've got some, but I can't reach them from here. Like, oh, magazine type. Oh, you'd put leaflets and stuff in. They're a funny shape. Oh gosh, I'm gonna try and get this now and probably knock stuff about all over the place. I don't know what you call them, but uh-oh. Oh, I can't reach it. I really can't reach it. I've barricaded it in. I don't know what happened there, but it went all funny. I don't know. They're like cardboard. You get them in the office. Bye to those who are going. Butterflies. Yeah, butterflies. Yeah, thanks for watching. You know what I mean, Andrea, don't you? I'll probably take a picture tomorrow and show you. I'm just looking to see if I've got one somewhere else, but I don't. Right. I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna go make a nice warm cup of tea because it's getting a bit chilly, and I will be back with the file folder trifold thingy on Thursday. So thanks for joining me. I hope it's been useful, this 3-parter. And if you have obviously just joined at the end, then it will be uploaded onto YouTube and be there for you to watch anytime you want. And you can fire away with questions on there as well. Right, bye everyone, thanks again.